Self-doubt, it thrives in the shadows of fear, insecurity, and comparison. You know, that little voice in your head that whispers, you're not good enough, you can't do this, you're going to fail. It's that unwanted voice in your head taking up space that belongs to other things like confidence, self-love, power, self-belief. But let me tell you something. Self-doubt is a lie that you've been feeding way too long. And what are we going to do today? We're going to end its life. We're going to kill it. No more self-doubt in our lives. Hi guys, it's Jessica. Welcome to my channel. Today we are talking about something that I feel we've all had in our lives, which is self-doubt. So grab a cup of your favorite tea or coffee, settle in, and let's get started. First step in overcoming self-doubt is recognizing where it comes from. Is it from your past? Did someone tell you something? Was it a failure that made you scared to try again? Ask yourself. Now I want you to think, who planted the seeds of doubt in your head? And the other question I want you to ask yourself is, why are you still watering those plants? Now you listen to me. I'm going to tell you straight on. Just because you failed doesn't mean you're a failure. Listen to me again. Just because you failed doesn't mean you're a failure. Just because someone didn't believe in you does not mean that they were right. You are not defined by your past. Tell that to yourself again. I am not defined by my past. What you are defined is by the choices you make right now. And if you are watching this, you are making the choice to rise. You know what they say, your mind is a garden. And what is self-doubt? Self-doubt is that weed that's just trying to spoil and ruin all those other flowers that are self-belief and confidence. But just like any other weed, it can be pulled out. We don't need to have that in our garden, okay? It is not welcome. And in its place, the good thing is if you make space in your garden, you can place other seeds. And it could be the seeds of self-love, self-compassion, and self-acceptance. But the question is, yes, very easy. It's much easier not to say it than to do it. Okay, how do we cultivate this inner garden of self-belief? Here are a few tips to help you with your garden. We're going to start by challenging our negative thoughts. So when you start to hear that inner critic in your head, ask yourself, I want you to stop and ask yourself, is this really true? Because often our self-doubt is just based on irrational fears and limiting beliefs. So just really ask yourself, like, what I am actually thinking right now, is it actually true? Next, we're going to practice self-compassion, because that is going to be one of the seeds you are going to start planting in your garden. Engrave this in your mind. You have to start treating yourself with the same kindness and love and understanding that you would to another friend. You have to be gentle with yourself, especially in those moments when you are struggling. Those are the moments when you really have to hug yourself and be there for yourself, because no one else is going to be. At the end of the day, you've only got yourself, so why are you tormenting yourself like that? I think it's time to reverse things and start treating ourselves with the love, kindness and respect that we deserve. Also, I want you to start focusing on your strength. I want you to make a list and write down all your talents, all your skills, and all your accomplishments that you've done throughout your life. And you remember, as I've said on other videos, we have to celebrate those wins. Either if it's small or big, always celebrate those things. Celebrate your successes. We are also going to start cutting off toxic people, and we are going to surround ourselves with positive people. Spend time with people who uplift you and that support you. Those types of people are the people you have to be around. And listen, I know it may be difficult, but just try to at least limit your exposure to negativity and those toxic relationships. I know sometimes you just can't end things, but just try to limit them as much as you can, so it doesn't end, that negativity doesn't end up affecting you. Follow people who inspire you. Read books that uplift you and be kind to yourself. You are your biggest cheerleader. Only you can show up for yourself. There's this quote from this book: "You are a badass" by Jen Sincero. You are perfect. And to think anything less is as pointless as a river thinking that it's got too many curves, or that it moves too slowly, or that its rapids are too rapid. And next we're going to practice self-care. Another seed that we are going to be planting in our little garden. Make time for activities that just like nourish your mind, your body and soul. This could be yoga, meditation, journaling, spending time in nature, or just like starting a new hobby that makes you feel good. Because the first step for overcoming this self-doubt is recognizing its voice. You must know that that voice is not yours. It's the voice of fear and insecurity. And when you feel that you start to hear it, I want you to pause, take a deep breath, and acknowledge that it's there, but don't give it power. Don't give it that energy and power. Because what does self-doubt do? It thrives on negative self-talk. You start telling yourself you're not good enough. Guess what? Your mind believes it. So let's rewrite that story. From this moment on, you're going to start telling yourself, I am capable, I am powerful, I am more than enough. Just say it with me. Say it with me and say it out loud. I am capable, I am powerful, and I am more than enough. Because your words shape your reality. And you have spent enough time doubting yourself. And I think it's time to start believing in yourself. And the only way to silence this self-doubt is through action. Listen, no one is born with confidence. It is something that you build brick by brick, step by step. You don't wait to feel ready. You start. You can't say, oh no, once. For example, with me, oh no, I used to tell myself, when I lose X amount of pounds, I'll be confident. Or when I achieve this, I'll be confident. No, it starts now. You start becoming confident now. So let's start by making a list of things that scare you. And you start attacking them one by one. In my case, for example, as I've mentioned on other videos, it was being shy and just like being very an introvert. And I can't say that I've done it, but I am working on it, and I'm doing great steps, so I'm achieving it. And as I said, you won't be perfect. Of course you'll make mistakes. We all do. It wouldn't be, if not, it wouldn't even be like difficult. Everything has its difficulty. If it were easy, everyone would be like that. But just by doing it, that you are doing it. So that's what is important. Because every time you push through fear, every time you refuse to let that doubt win, you grow stronger and stronger and stronger. When you prove yourself wrong, when you have this vision, this negative vision of yourself that you can't accomplish things, you can't get things done, you can't get this, you can't get that. When you prove yourself wrong, that's where the power really comes. When you're like, wait, I can actually do this. I am more than I thought. That's when the real power comes in. Another powerful way to silence this self-doubt can also be through meditation and journaling. Every morning or every little moment that you have throughout the day, it could be in the morning, it could be at night, it could be whenever you have that moment, spend a moment like in a quiet reflection and write down your affirmations, those positive statements about yourself. For example, as we said, I am powerful, I am capable, I am worthy of love and success, I am strong, I have the power to create my reality. Those things, those affirmations that mostly like relate to you, you do those every day, every little moment that you have. And with journaling, when you put these thoughts on paper, you are telling the universe and yourself that you mean it. Like writing things down on paper can be so powerful. And you are also reprogramming your mind to believe it, to believe in your limitless potential, because you alone are enough and you don't have anything to prove to anyone. Another key that we mentioned before is celebrating your achievements, no matter how small they may seem, because self-doubt often comes from comparing ourselves to others. But you have to remember, when you find yourself comparing your journey to another person's, you have to remember you are on your own journey, and every step forward is a victory. And just think about it, the difference between the person who succeeds and the person who doesn't and stays stuck in self-doubt is: one refused to listen to those lies and decided that their dreams were bigger, much bigger than their fears. So you are going to become that person who doesn't let self-doubt rule their mind. So starting today, self-doubt no longer controls you. You control it. You are strong and you are worthy, and you are capable of so much more than you realize. Now go out there and prove it. And remember, overcoming self-doubt is a journey. I am also still on it. It takes time, patience, and self-love. But I believe in you, and I know you've got this. So keep shining, keep pushing forward, and never forget, you are unstoppable. Now let's see what the angels have to tell us about our self-doubt and our insecurities and our things. So our main thoughts are going to be about this, about overcoming self-doubt, about stop putting ourselves down and thinking we can't achieve things, we can't get things done because we are, oh, I'm not strong enough, or oh, I'm too shy, or oh, I'm too this. We're not letting our fears rule us. So let's just think about that and let's see. I am going to choose one and see. I'm thinking. Clarity. Let's see what it has to say. As the storm passes, the clarity is felt faster than lightning is seen against a dark sky. The divine is reminding you that clarity is readily available. All you have to do is ask. You have weathered the storm and now the sky is clearing, and our affirmation is: loving energy surrounds me and I trust that the clarity I feel is the answer I need. And I think this is the best way to end the video, and I think it's our time. I said it, it's our time. The storm is passing and now it's our moment, so we have to start believing in ourselves. We have to get that confidence. We have to show up for ourselves. We have to try new things. We're not letting fear or insecurity stop us from experiencing this life in general. I mean, everything. I also think about it like when I felt so depressed and so anxious and so just negative in general. I feel like I lost so many opportunities in my life just by staying in bed. I didn't want to even go out some days. I would just stay all day in bed and just telling yourself you're not enough, you're not this, you're not that. You are losing so much opportunities in your life just because you're feeding yourself with this negative energy that is getting you nowhere. I mean, it doesn't feel nice feeling like that. Of course it doesn't. So let's try. Come on, we are doing it. We are believing in ourselves, not listening to our self-doubts, and we are going to become that version that we want, because that version that you want to become exists and it's waiting for you to wake up and work towards that version of yourself. Okay guys, this is the end of the video. If this video resonated with you, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to comment down below. So if you could subscribe, comment and share, that would be great. It really helps me out. So leave a comment below. How are you overcoming self-doubt? And let's support each other on this journey. Okay guys, I will see you next Wednesday.